Hi, sports fans. I'm back at it again. This will be my first actual podcast. I actually was doing this for quite a while, and then I stopped, and school was going, so now I'm back at it doing it again. So now I'm back at it for you guys. Right now, I haven't thought of a name yet to want to call this podcast. I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it today. I'm just going to make one. So, I decided to do one today. There's just like three topics to get off because I haven't done one of these in such a long time. I feel like I haven't spread my opinion on these three topics. One is the Lakers' current situations. Two would probably Colin Kaepernick. And three, I don't know. I guess I could just keep Lavar Ball as a last option. I guess would be my third topic. So let's get into this. So the first topic is the Lakers situation. So the Lakers have been doing fantastic. I think once Magic went in, he knew how he was gonna do. It was like, oh fuck, thank God, he fucking got Magic in there. We got rid of the two doofuses we had before. It's funny when we had Mitch and Jim, I felt there was no direction. And I think he didn't even know what he was doing. I think at some part he was just like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? And I think he just thought if I draft the top whatever people and we could have a decent roster, but that's not true. I think his roster had a lot of holes in it. He pretty much, it was weird because he drafted Russell. We got Russell. I wasn't too thrilled. I thought we were going to trade that pick, so I had to keep it and keep Russell. And Russell is a scoring fanatic. He supposedly was the passing, but when I saw him, his passing wasn't all that great. So it was somewhat okay, but I thought he was just too flashy. But his immaturity was the problem. I think if you don't know if you guys didn't watch D'Angelo Russell in high school, he was a very immature guy. I knew when they picked him, like, fuck, this is the guy that he said he was very immature and he's all, his maturity's all up to date with his current. He's like, what, 22, 21, and he acts like he's fucking 13. So, and we all saw that how it panned out for him. So, once Magic got rid of him, I think that was the best decision. I personally think if Brooklyn just said, hey, we'll just take your center straight up for one of ours, I think he would have done that. I don't think he probably would have kept Russell, but that probably would have been a bad news Bears all over the place. But anyways, so there was just so many holes in this roster. Defensively was terrible. You had a lot of young talent that didn't know how to mesh well with each other. There wasn't enough veteran players mixed in with the core. It just seemed like everything was just not going our way. I feel like we were always better chance. We've always been better standings than Knicks and the Pistons, because I feel like they're still doing this. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're very arrogant, so they're going to stick with they think is going right, which is not the right way to do things. So once Genie made those decisions to get them out of the fucking house, Magic started doing the work, and I'm really happy that he started doing what he was doing. Like, what was the first thing he started? He putting everybody on trade block pretty much. I think the only guy he liked was Ingram and Larry Nance and Zubox. And the reason why those three guys stand out is because their work ethic, they're humble, and they're willing to do everything on the court. I liked Clarkson for a bit. The only thing I stand about Clarkson is his mentality. He's very immature. If you haven't noticed, he's very toxic in the locker room. He does these stupid bonehead moves, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And his defense just hot garbage. I really think this is his last year, and he's gone. I think we're going to free up all that cap space for next year. And then there were some rumors that Magic said, oh, fuck, he's going to be gone too, so he better try out and whatever. So I was like, fuck. He already told him he's going to trade him. So Randall, I wasn't even a fan of Randall. I was watching him recently, the Drew League, and it was just like, okay, what's so big about this guy? He's bullying around people that aren't in the fucking NBA. They're like players like me, just nobodies, And I think it's funny as like, oh, he's doing really big and he's really strong. It took him 3 fucking years to get that buff. Are you fucking serious? Like, you have you were overweight. He looked like I swear I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was eating chips and corn dogs every day, and I just could not. I don't know. I just couldn't fathom. Like, really, it took you fucking 3 years to get that. Like, he got swollen like 2 months, and I just like he couldn't even look like Bill. At least have some type of muscle going on. It's just I thought it was funny. Like, he couldn't even run up the fucking court. I'm like, now I know why. Give me okay, there we go. My fucking phone was acting weird. And so that I don't know. That was the whole thing with that. So Randall, I already knew it was kind of like, okay. Once we drafted Ball, I think that was the right move to make. I was like, oh, we gotta get Ball. And mind you, he lives up the street from me. He lives. You guys don't know where I live. I live in Chino Hills. So he lives like right up the block from me. I heard about him. He was like blowing up my high school, man. Like, it was ridiculous. And I've been watching him ever since, man. He's a very nice guy. He goes to, I'm not gonna say where he goes, but he goes to these. I haven't met up with him yet, or like, oh, hey, what's up, whatever. I'm always busy, but I gotta fucking like run into this guy, at least get a picture with him or something. You know what I mean? Super nice guy. So I really believe he's gonna change the culture for the Lakers, and that's what they needed. They needed a guy that's gonna be very humble, very nice, from a small little city like Chino Hills, to kind of spark this team up a little bit, and it's awesome. It's nice to see that. I if I was watching a lot of these sports debate shows, and they're already shooting the Lakers off as not being even at like a 10th seed, and I was like, okay, you got to look at the top roster spots here. You got San Antonio, Golden State Warriors, the Rockets. Who else is like top notch? I'm going fucking top heavy here. What the fuck? I'm going blank. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going blank. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me just do this. I'm all being stupid. I'm almost like guessing on top of my head here. And I can tell you right now who's gonna fall off, who's not gonna make it. Well, if my computer, come on, dude, let's go. If it's the top heaviness. I was telling everybody, it's this fucking goddamn top heavy. These teams are all. They pretty much just added more depth to their team. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's nothing to. No team actually got really, really like wow. Like, everybody just got more top heavy. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Golden State, San Antonio, Houston, Oklahoma City. So you got Golden State's 1, San Antonio's 2, Houston's 3 for sure, Oklahoma's 4, and Portland's 5. Okay, so that means there's 3 spots. I'm guaranteeing Utah's not going to do anything. Memphis is not doing anything. They're going to be in the top below. And let's see, Denver, maybe. I mean, they were pretty decent last year. They barely made out. But, I mean, we all thought Phoenix was decent, 3 years ago? And then they ended up falling off the fucking planet. So I don't even give Denver... I give Denver a slight ease, maybe in this 6th, 7th spot. But that's it. I don't even see New Orleans Pelicans being in there. I don't see Dallas. I don't see Sacramento. Sacramento actually got really, really good. Maybe Sacramento, but Sacramento always tends to fuck things up. So I'm not even. I think they're going to be a lot better, but they won't be as good. Minnesota. Yeah, still Minnesota in there. So I would say they're 6th to 5th. So there's like at least 2 spots open. So the Lakers can slide into the 8th spot for sure. And I really think they're going to be an 8th spot. I don't think they're going to be lower than that. I just think that a lot of these teams got top heavier, and not the small market teams got better. If it makes any sense. So like the top below 8th but didn't get any better. I think the only team that actually got really good was Sacramento and Phoenix, but they weren't like, oh my gosh, that's really good. Like, they weren't really. All I'm wondering is if Kyrie, where is Kyrie going? Is Kyrie going to the fucking West? I'm gonna be really annoyed because he's gonna be another superstar in the West, and that's probably gonna. My answer's probably gonna change. Or if Melo goes to Houston, that's gonna change as well. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with that. So that's my whole thing with the Lakers. Lakers are doing fantastic. They got the right guys, the right people. I really think next year, there's been all this talks. Oh, the Lakers are getting this guy, whatever. I really fucking believe, this is my firm fucking opinion in this, we're gonna get LeBron James. I think LeBron's done with Cleveland. I think he won the championship. He did what he had to do for the city. He's ready to bolt now. I think he's ready to go on to new and better things. And it's not necessarily against something against Cleveland. I think he just wants to do that. I think he's been wanting to do that for like 4 to 5 years already. So I think that's the new mark he's gonna do. So I really think he's ready to go on to the mogul stage. Lakers always seem to grab some superstar right at the tail end of their career, and they always win a championship. So I really think LeBron's going to go to the full height of his capacity. Plus, you can see LeBron, and I really think there was Bill Simmons was talking about it earlier on his podcast. He said that LeBron, Paul George, and Boogie Cousins will all be together, and I said, "Wow, that'll be nice," because I don't think if it works in New Orleans, maybe, but I really didn't think it's going to work. I really think that Pelicans are going to blow up their team in about a year. And I really think Boston's going to go after Unibrow, Anthony Davis. Because I think Anthony Davis was supposed to be the best player. But he's always injured. And I think he can't lift the team. He's having a hard time. So I think he's going to go to Boston. Boston's going to be the new top team to go against. And I really think we're going to get Boogie Cousins. I like Lopez better, but Boogie Cousins, if you get Boogie Cousins, I think he's going to pull the trigger on it. So Cousins, LeBron, and Paul George. And that's a beast. So, and I really think Golden State's window's closing soon, so they'll maybe make another run at it, and then they'll probably start to send some players here and there. And I really think I was reading an article about Klay Thompson is getting really tired of being the third fiddle. Which I get it, man. Poor guy. He was like number 2 guy. And he dropped from like 2 to 3, and now 3 to 4. Like, it's retarded. And so I wouldn't mind. He'd probably go to like another contender. I don't think he would leave to go to a shitty team. I don't think he's going to do that like Harrison Barnes. And Harrison Barnes actually has had a nice little year in Dallas. So, yeah, I gotta keep my eye on the Golden State Warriors. I think that maybe we'll make another run because usually teams like that these super teams don't last very long. They last for like 4 to 5 years and then they're done within pretty fast and pretty quick. That's going for us too because most likely we're gonna have a super team and then it's gonna die off. So what was the next topic I was gonna talk about? Lavar ball was my third one, but Colin Kaepernick. See, people always get mad at me. He goes, "Oh, Colin Kaepernick standing for all this," and I said, "I'm not saying what he stands for. I'm not getting on him for that." I knew a guy actually. It was like we're at a bar and we're just talking, and he showed me pictures of Colin, and I guess he knew him. He's a total dick, like total douchebag. This is during actually this whole protest thing. He's, I know him. He's a total dick. So that kind of stuck with me for a while. I'm not saying he hasn't changed, but I'm pretty fucking sure he's still a dick as a person. But what he's doing, and that's cool. What he stands for, what he's going. That's all. I'm okay with that. But people are like, "Oh, he's such a nice guy." I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. He can still do these nice things and still be an arrogant dick. Like, I don't understand that. But what he's doing is a good cause, and I really get. It kind of gets mad because he was an overrated quarterback, and I'm gonna say that right now. He's overrated, and people were like, "Oh, he's overrated." Now they're giving him like the pass. It's like, he's such a good quarterback. Actually, he wasn't that great. He just was under a really good coach, hardball. So if he goes to the Ravens, which they should just sign him, and they need a quarterback anyway because Joe Flacco's hot garbage. And give him a chance. I mean, I don't understand. They're saying that a lot of these CEOs are preventing him from going. Let the fucking guy play. At least give him a shot. I don't understand. I mean, I understand that he brought a lot of attention, but you know what? The NFL and the CEOs, the owners of these teams, have been fucking people forever with the CTE thing and the drugs and all that shit. and this motherfucker stands and starts, making a stand for things. You can't fucking do that? Like, I don't understand that. That's really stupid. So let him fucking play. Let him fucking see what he can do. If you can't throw the fucking football or run it, then that's it. Close the doors, closed. At least you gave him a shot. And I think it's funny is, it reminds me of like the Tim Tebow thing. Tim Tebow was like, we like Tim Tebow, we'll sign him, but we won't play him. And then and then start going around each fucking team. Don't sign Tim Tebow. It's bringing too much attention. And I'm like, so it kind of reminds me of that scenario. But I feel like Colin Kaepernick's a way better quarterback than Tim Tebow is, and I feel like he's a tad more athletic. I can't say athletic because Tim Tebow's pretty fucking athletic, but I would say a little smarter in football, I guess, a little more intelligent in that aspect. So I just think just give him a fucking shot, let him see what he can do. I mean, the worst thing he can do is not throw, not win you a couple games, sit his ass down, let him go, and then move on. If you're giving fucking Michael Vick 18 different shots, that blows my mind. And so I feel like the guy harmed animal. He was involved in all his pit. Mind you, I have a pit, by the way. And this dude's done. I watched. If you guys go on Netflix, this documentary about him, about that whole scenario, and his thing was fucking ridiculous. And they brought him back with open arms. And so you can't bring back Colin Kaepernick with open arms. At least give him a fucking shot. And that's what ticks me the fuck off. Is you need to give this guy a shot. Just give him at least one fucking game to see what he can do. And if he blows out and he looks like shit, then fuck it. At least you tried it. Move it on. But I mean, everybody gets all mad, like, Colin, he stands for it. I'm like, okay, I understand what he stands for. It doesn't mean he's not an asshole. He's an asshole. If you go and look into all that, he's a total dick. So I think talking to my friend about that was funny. I was like, I knew that. I kind of knew that. He's like, no, he's a total douche. Like, he doesn't even want to I think he was telling me that doesn't like being in the same room, the locker room with people, and he didn't want to read the playbooks and shit. And I was like, and then it started coming out and fucking on the news like he didn't like doing that. I'm like, okay, I knew that already. Anyway, so that's it for the topic for that. The last one I'm gonna do is the Lavar ball. Now, the Lavar ball. He's a very, I work at a retail store, and I met this lady, and the lady came in, we're bullshitting, talking back and forth, and she was telling me about some stories about Jamie Foxx and how she knew Jamie Foxx and how Jamie Foxx is kind of a douche, but I was like, she was friends with somebody that I don't know that knew him or she went to high school. I don't know. It was a whole thing. And I said, I don't really care. Why are you telling me this? So she started talking about LeVar Ball. Now, mind you, she was like a neighbor or lives on the street, so she went and talked to him. And she says straight out, it was like, he's a nice guy, but you can totally tell you if my husband was like that, I would probably blow my head off. And I said, what do you mean? And she says, people that overly speak or are a little too direct or in your face and they're kind of arrogant, it gets old fast. And I said, okay, I can agree with that. So I think his thing is he comes off really, really arrogant. He seems like a nice guy, man. If people don't know this because they're always portraying him as this womanizer, fucking douchebag, and it gets me annoyed. His thing is he just shoots his mouth off and doesn't think before he talks. That's his. I mean, my dad would be doing the same thing. I'm the same way, and so I think people tend to criticize that. And it's funny is, for a damn fact, those people on the fucking TV shows are all doing the same thing, shooting their mouths off, and nobody criticizes them. And that's what makes me mad. I really firmly believe, I don't believe that he doesn't, I think they were trying to compare as a womanizer, like he doesn't even give a shit about women's rights and all. I don't believe all that. I think he's just the type of guy who just shoots his mouth off, it comes off arrogant, it comes off rude, and that's how he is. And any guy that comes knocking on your door, asking people to go play for his team, for whatever, I'll train your boy and all that, that's a nice fucking guy. And I think this whole media thing is making him look like a complete douchebag. and he needs to be careful. He needs to be he needs to be understanding too. Like he is saying things and we're perceiving it that way, and I think he needs to watch out what he says, because people will take things up the ass all the time in life, and especially the media. They like to criticize people, and I think he needs to be careful. He's on the public eye now, so he has to really watch his words, because it's his brand. It's not just him. He's selling clothing, shoes. He's representing a brand, and I think he needs to watch what he says. I always say keep business and politics separate, because you don't want to just want to narrow down to one market. Like people, like I think, what was that whole thing with Starbucks? If you guys don't know what that is, Starbucks publicly said we're open for gay rights and stuff, which is awesome. I'm open for that. I have a lot of gay friends, but what he did was just narrow. He told everybody, sell your shares. You're not going to go for it. And I'm like, fuck. You're already putting politics with your business, and you got to be careful with that, because people tend to be conservative, and that might drink your coffee, and they're like, I'm not going to drink this coffee anymore. So you got to be careful with that. So I always take politics and business, keep them separate. And that's why I always firmly believe, because this is coming from a guy that I'm a business major, so I get it. So his thing is he needs to be careful what he says. I think he was talking about a referee, and it's in big. He's doing an AAU game, and hold on, I'm gonna take a sip real quick. God, these Bywaters are really good. You guys gotta try these. And he criticized a referee. Now he came out fine. He was doing good. He's criticizing. I think they and him like sending the lady out of there, but he was saying that she looked overweight, and I was like, okay, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, all he had to say was, I didn't agree with her way she was reffing the game. She was being very rude. I didn't agree with that, and then leave it at that. He just kept fucking talking and talking and talking, and the more he talked, the more he dug himself into a hole. So I think he's coming off arrogant, and he needs to knock it off. Like, just stop talking. Keep it short and simple, and leave it there. And I think it's funny is it's just been going on since the Fox thing with Colin Cowherd, and he got in an argument with the stupid girl that's on that show. Because it's funny is she didn't understand what she was saying too. She was telling him stuff, and I'm like, okay, what you're saying is very sketchy. You need to be careful how you say that, because people could take that as a very offensive. And then she publicly criticized him about his parenting, and you shouldn't do that. That's, who the fuck are you to tell someone how to parent your kids? So she hasn't said anything about that in I think for a while. So I think everybody was on her ass about that. I think she stopped, and then she kind of backed off. So smart move from I think it was Breakfast Club too that criticized her, which was fucking amazing. I love Breakfast Club, and I think they're openly criticizing is that stupid ass guy's name, Jason Whitlock. Oh, God. And it's funny is it's like 2 years ago I did this podcast with my buddy. I won't say buddy anymore, but we did this podcast with him, and we publicly criticized Jason Whitlock it was so funny, because no one said a word about this guy. Now all of a sudden now he has a more platform. He's shooting his mouth off, and now people are starting to notice his arrogant views, and his actually super conservative views. So I think people are like, you need to shut the fuck up, man. So yeah, so I doesn't, like, every time, Lavar ball with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen Smith's like shooting his mouth off too, and nobody gives him a fucking pass. And nobody gives him a pass, and that really irritates me, because I love Stephen A. Smith, but he's like fucking publicly criticizing these players. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Not publicly criticizing, because you can do that. Publicly harassing. It's like harassing, borderline threatening. And I'm like, dude, you're going to go to a fucking game, and someone's going to fuck you up. I know he thinks he's Mr. Badass, but I'm sorry, but those dudes are fucking 6'10". I don't give a shit how badass you are. You're not going to be fucking fight off a 6'10", dude. And you notice, if you go look up a video with what's that? They're two twin players, and one of them was playing for Washington. I can't think of his fucking name. He just got traded to Boston. He just got traded. I forgot his name. I think it was the Wizards, or I think it's one of them plays for the Wizards. One was playing for the Pistons. I can't remember. Anyways, and he publicly bashed him, and it wasn't that bad. I guess it was just he was just saying, hey, like, it wasn't, the context of what he was saying wasn't that bad, and he got pissed off and smacked him on his ass when he walked out. Stephen A was like, oh, okay, whatever, didn't think of anything. And he was staring him down, and Stephen was like, kind of like, what the fuck? And he was staring him down, and he was just like, kind of like, fuck you, you know? And then Steve was like, oh, we're going to have a talk when I see you, blah, 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 because I guess it came out that he actually was doing it on purpose, something like, fuck you, you know? And Steve was like, whoa, well, fuck you, you know, we're going to have a problem. And I said, are you stupid? I'm thinking, like, are you stupid? Like, you're threatening a player. Like, that guy's going to fuck you up. Like, are you stupid? Like, gotta think, man. Sometimes when people get this power, they think they're untouchable, and he needs to be careful how he puts things. Skip knows. Skip was getting fucking. That's why Skip backed off now. If you haven't noticed, Skip kind of backed off a little bit because he was getting a lot of shit from people. So I mean, that's my whole thing with that. So guys, I'm out. I'll be posting more of these soon, probably in the next couple of days. I'm back at it again. I'm finally gonna do this again. I might have time in the fall. I'm not gonna say fuck it. I'm just gonna dedicate myself to doing this. I'm currently looking for another person to help me with this, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm out here, guys. Talk to you guys later.